A result to savour for all of Test cricket except for Australia, of course. Now, a man who enjoyed his Test cricket and a man who enjoys his Indian audiences joins us to look back on a quite remarkable last 24 hours. Chris Harris, always a pleasure to have you with us on WION. Thank you for your time. What a day this has been, Chris. Two staggering outcomes. Let's begin with Bangladesh. One felt, given the Australian struggles in the subcontinent in recent times and Bangladesh's rise in recent times, that this was Bangladesh's best shot to beat them, and how they've taken the chance.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, it's great to be back. Yeah, it's been an amazing 24 hours. And dare I say it, I hate calling any side the minnows, but the way they've come over and beaten the favourites. Two brilliant results, I believe, for world cricket. I'm so happy for Bangladesh. I think the improvement they've shown, and from a New Zealand's point of view, in more recent times, we saw in that Champions Trophy in England where they knocked out New Zealand, some of their senior players stood up, and that was a terrific performance. And here they have knocked over one of the best sides in recent times in Test cricket in Australia. And again, a couple of senior players stood up. Taman Iqbal, obviously, with 70s in both innings. And then Shakib Al Hasan, what a great all-round performance. I think he scored 80 and took 10 wickets in the match, which he's actually done twice and has never been done by anyone else. So a brilliant performance, and you've got to be really, really happy for Bangladesh. They will be over the moon, and this is perhaps one of those wins that will set them on their stage for that next level where they'll continue to improve and continue to upset some of the top teams.
That it was such a tight finish, Chris, adds another layer perhaps to this continued rise of Bangladesh cricket. When things get nervy in sport, you always tend to back the team that has the experience. This is where Bangladesh teams in the past have fallen short, be it against Pakistan in 2003 or Australia themselves when they last came visiting in 2006. But that did not happen this time.
Yeah, it's a great point. I just think it shows the improvement in Bangladesh cricket. As you said, when you looked at that Warner-Smith partnership in that fourth innings, they look comfortable. And that's the Australian that I guess that we've come used to seeing. You know, they get themselves in trouble, but they've got that experience. And as you said, being that experienced side and one of the top sides in the world, they just have that ability. The top teams find a way to win from any position. And it looked again as though Australia were going down that same line. But that's what I guess the most exciting thing from a Bangladesh cricket point of view is the improvement that they've showed and the belief that they can actually beat these sides. As I said, it looked like Australia was cruising, but then they got that breakthrough. There was a bit of spin, a little bit of variable bounce, but it always looked, once they got that breakthrough, they had the belief. And even right at the end, when you really thought they were going to win comfortably, when I think Australia needed 36, we saw a few fireworks and it got quite tight in the end. But, you know, I was so pleased for Bangladesh. Thought they played a great test match, and I thoroughly thought in the end they deserved the victory.
They've scalped one big piece of history, Chris. Do you think they can go one better at Chittagong and claim what will possibly be the greatest shock series win of all time?
Well, they've certainly shown in that first test they can, but you've got to be very scared of an Australian side that's been wounded, especially in that first test. They will come back, they will do their homework. They will certainly improve, so it's going to be so difficult for Bangladesh in that second test. But they've got to learn from this experience, you know, and I'm sure it's going to give them confidence. So, look, I believe they can do it, but second time round it's going to be a lot more difficult. And once again, you need your senior players, as they did in that first test, to really stand up and help, you know, even the younger or the more experienced players to shine through and give some great performance as well. So they'll need another really good all-round team performance to win in that second test match. I just really hope that Bangladesh don't go into that second test hoping that all they need to do is draw the match, because if they go in with that mentality, I think they'll be in trouble. Once again, they've got to go into the second test trying to win it, and I think that's their best chance of winning the series, which would be absolutely phenomenal for Bangladesh cricket, and as I said earlier, I think great for world cricket.